Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with cattlesite.com, and today I'm here with Dr. Frank Mitloehner, and he is a professor at UC Davis in California. Thanks for being with us today, Frank.
You're welcome.
Now, we're down in Sao Paulo at the Global Roundtable for Sustainable Beef Conference, and you had an opportunity to speak to the group. Can you tell us a little bit about your about what you talked to the well, it's the whole value chain here, I guess. So,
well, I talked about sustainable intensification, and what that really means is to discuss how we feed a growing human population without depleting natural resources. So how can we get everybody fed without ruining our environment?
And that goes back to the concept, I guess, as you talked about today, was we've got, what, 9+ billion to feed. How do we do that? And can you give us some details about what it means?
Sure. See, I'm in my mid-40s now. When I was a little boy, we had 3.5 billion people in the world. Today we have 7. And once I'm an old man, we will have 9.5. So throughout my lifetime, human population on this planet will have tripled. Tripled.
Yeah.
But our natural resources to feed these people will not triple. They will remain the same. So the question then arises, how do we feed this growing demand for animal protein and food in general without having more resources to do it? And that is really the core of my presentation here and the core of my message, that we have to learn from those places in the world where we have managed to produce twice as much animal protein with half the amount of resources.
And who is that? What are the examples that you use today?
The best example, and the ones closest to me, is the United States. In both the beef and the dairy sector, we have managed to produce twice as much product with half the number of animals. And we have done that through the use of technologies. In other places of the world, let's say Europe, that is not possible to the same extent because a lot of the technologies are being banned, or there are all different kinds of prejudices against the use of technology.
And what is the best solution then moving forward from your perspective?
I think the best solution moving forward is to really take out the hysteria and the fear-mongering and really listen to the real data that we have obtained in how to use biotechnology responsibly. I'll give you one analogy. People are generally very hesitant to have any kind of chemicals or so in their food. They are not hesitant when it comes to their health.
Right.
For example, if you have a headache, what do? You pop a pill.
That's right.
Young girls who want to prevent being pregnant will use the pill.
Right.
No problem on the health side to use chemicals. If I have a heart attack, I will use defibrillator or a pacemaker. So on the health side, it's totally fine to use biotechnologies. On the food side, it's not. Has anybody ever thought about why that is?
Yeah.
We have learned to produce biotechnologies with very little, if any, residues that help us feed this growing demand, not just for animal protein, but for food in general. And we have some ethical choices to make. Will we feed 9.5 billion people in the future, or will we say, it's too sad, if they decide to have kids, that's their own problem.
And what is the message then to those in Europe? I mean, what is the message to, is it a message out to the media, I guess, really, that the fear, I guess, is the basis for some of this pushback that we get in that area?
Well, I think the authorities have to really look at the data. They have to look at what are residues, what are issues around GMOs, around other biotechnologies, growth hormones, and so on. And then they need to decide, based on the real data, whether or not they should or shouldn't use those advanced technologies.
Very good. The answer is the data, really looking at the science and using the science.
There's an old saying, we all believe in God, all others have to bring data.
Very good. Thanks so much for your time today, Frank.
You're very welcome.
This is Sarah Mikesell with thecattlesite.com.